Okay, so I'm going to show the results of several trials of the program that will run off screen. So this one, initially, we seeded the pond with 1,500 fish.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we looked at our 4% square. So this is, before we get into the actual numbers, this is the histogram of how many fish we saw on average. So of our 5,000 trials, what does that say, 450?
Yep.
Times we actually found no fish.
Is this the retagged fish or the number of
this
fish?
is the number of.
This is our number of, in the example, right, this is the tagged fish.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
found no tagged fish 450 times out of 5,000. We found one tagged fish 1,126 times. Two tagged fish 1,268?
Yep.
1,035 times we found 3 fish. 648 times we found 4. 300 times we found 5. 112 times 6. 44 times 7. 10 times 8. And one time even we found 9.
Wow.
Okay, so first of all, tell me what you think about this distribution. What is this? What would you say about all these repeated experiments? Is this what you would expect? Is it not expect? Is there anything surprising here?
Well, it's sort of what you expect. You expect 1.6 fish every time.
1.6. No, we have 1,500 fish.
Just a little bit more.
So yeah, a little bit more than 1.6.
Yeah, so we expect 1,500 times 4% times 4%.
2.4.
So 2.4.
So
we do see that the 2 is the highest column, and that's the closest to 2.4, so it's expected. But we did see some really far out results, like 9.
Yeah.
9 fish.
In 5,000 tries, actually, one time we did find 9 of our tagged fish.
Yep.
Since we're expecting 2.4, why do you think we found 1 slightly more often than we found 3? 3 is definitely closer to 2.4 than 1 is.
we have a lot of like boxes to fill that are a lot bigger. Like we have less than 2, we only have 1 and 0.
Okay.
And then like you can't find -1 fish.
Hopefully not.
And then bigger than 2, we have 3 all the way up to 9.
Okay.
So that's probably why this is a little. These individually are a little bit smaller than these, but overall, the bigger than 2 category is gonna have more, and bump it up to 2.4 or around 2.4.
Okay. So, let's scroll down here. Here's our mean. Did I go too high?
It's not.
Okay, so there's a mean 2.3196. Is that what you expect?
Yeah,
Yes, around 2. Very close to 2.4.
And then if I divide that by 4% twice, I get an expected number of fish in the pond is 1,400 and I'll call it 95.
It's within 5 fish, so that's or almost within 5 fish, but that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Here's the theoretical distribution. This is a kind of well, tell me what you think about that blue line or blue curve. What does that remind you of? Or is it something that you feel like you've seen before, or does it look new?
It's not quite a normal distribution. It seems wider, and also there's no end on this side. It sort of abruptly stops at 0. But maybe I think it would have continued on this other side if it could have. Maybe.
Okay. What do you think?
Shifted over.
Yeah, I think that like from this side on, this is a normal distribution, or it looks like one.
Okay.
And then this side kind of falls off quicker. So it's a bit asymmetrical. I think we've seen something similar to it before.
This is a new kind of distribution, I think, that you've not seen before. I'm not sure. It's called a Poisson distribution. Why is it funny that we would see a Poisson distribution when we're studying fish?
Poisson is fish in French.
Yeah, it's fun. Although that's just a coincidence, obviously.
Yes.
But here's what it says theoretically we should see. We should have seen 457 zeros, and we saw 450. We should have seen 1,094 basically ones, and we saw 1128. 1268 twos, and it predicted the theoretical was 1308. So we're pretty. You can see we're pretty close.
Yeah.
And you can see it from the graph too that we're pretty close. So with 5,000 trials, we can actually get a very good estimate. Of course, you're never going to be able to do 5,000 trials. And you can see what you talked about before is that an individual trial might really mislead you. So 6, if you saw 6 and did divide by 0.04 times 0.04, you're going to see a very large number. 6 divided by 0.04
You get
divided
really
by
unlucky
0.04.
and see 9.
So there we would be, oh, that's not right. 6 divided by 0.04, and then 150 divided by 0.04 is... Oh, right, we only have 1,500 fish in the pond, right? Sorry, I forgot how many fish. So 3,750, so you're more than double what you would think if you just used that one trial. So, all right, so let's run it one more off screen because it takes about 5 minutes for this to run with 5,000 trials, and I'll let you choose the inputs this time and see if we get something good.